Hey there! In this video, we're going to talk about keyword research, particularly 4 techniques you probably don't know about, but you really should. Most beginner, intermediate SEOs, the way they do keyword research is done in a bulk way. Basically, they will go to Keyword Planner, find all the keywords from their niche. They will use Ahrefs SEMrush to do competitor research, get all of their keywords. If they're a bit more advanced, they will scrape the Google Auto Suggest. They will also scrape the people also ask questions. If they're really advanced, they will cluster all of those and have thousands of articles for which they will have to write thousands of articles in order to rank. At the end of the day, this is a spray and pray method where they hope something will stick and rank in Google. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that if you have limited resources, but you usually don't. So for my own affiliate websites, for my clients, I try to get more targeted, and depending on the client, depending on the conditions, I use like some of the 4 different keyword research techniques. First, we have the DR match keyword technique. The logic is every site has its own authority, like either new or let's call it, in this case, we have modernhomestaying.com, which is DR31. To figure out which keywords are going to target first, we're going to find competitors that have similar or lower DR rank and get all their keywords. The logic behind this is if they're ranking and they have significantly less authority, they will also rank. When I say I'm going to find all the competitors, you can just basically find the bigger keywords in our niche, like the biggest one, like for instance, homestaying, open the key, like scrape all of them, go to batch analysis 2, enter all the URLs as subdomain, so we can see all the keywords and sort them by DR. We can guess, we can rank for all the keywords that Happy Harvester, Grand Brianna, Sunny Simple Living are ranking. Next step, get all the keywords, cluster them. I like to use WriterZen for my clusters, and because it's a very decent tool to generate semantically relevant keyword clusters that are based on SERPs, not on the AI decision on what is relevant. Next, we have the Spamdex technique, popular 3 years ago. A lot of new AI tools came into popularity 3 years ago, and GPT-3 started, and a lot of SEOs had a great idea to get all the keywords possible and create articles using ChatGPT. The thing is, they actually rank. This technique is best done using a fresher or expired domain to speed up things, and we will find all the keywords in our niche, use ChatGPT or other tools that we have to create articles for those keywords. After a month or 2, see what is ranking. Then go to our main domain, recreate those articles that are ranking, make them better, make them more in-depth, make them human-like. And because they already rank for us, well, spammy articles that we previously created, the new ones will quite easily replace the articles from the previous domain. Having said all of this, this is a very black hat way of doing things. Some would say even spammy, and it kind of adds to the overall botchification of the current internet. This technique is not as powerful now simply for the reason that Google has went out his way to prevent a lot of the indexing of the sites that are very spammy. So right now they have 3 tiers of index. So the site that they have no for years, they're going to be crawled very intensely, quickly, immediately. And new articles on those sites will be immediately indexed, like BBC, New York Times. But the new websites will be crawled far less numbers, and the page will not be even indexed immediately. Next technique we have is called SERP Drop Sniping. Google is constantly updating its algorithm. In the last several years, the updates have been more and more dramatic, leading to a lot of websites losing all of their traffic overnight. We're going to leverage competitors that happen to create content that's better and more suitable to the current algorithm. And the way we can go about this is quite easy. So we already know several different competitors in our niche. For instance, we're going to go to organic keywords, go to lost, decline, and we can figure out keywords that they completely lost traffic on. And then we can see what's currently ranking on the SERPs to figure out what Google wants to see. Because of a lot of changes that are happening in the SERPs, we can also leverage other places like Reddit, Quora, or videos to create different types of content that we can not only take one spot, we can take multiple spots. Honestly, this technique takes a lot of skills, especially to figure out what kind of articles to create to replace the current losers in the niche. Last, we have the SEO Avalanche technique. This was a technique from 2020. I remember reading it from Chris Carter, the SEO moderator at Builder Society. The logic is, when creating a new website, it doesn't make sense to target the keywords that have thousands of monthly searches, because Google doesn't have any reason to trust your website with ranking for that extremely searched keyword. So instead of that, we're going to focus on keywords closer to our level. If we have a starter website, which is level 0, we have between 0 and 10 daily traffic, we're going to target keywords that have between 0 and 10 searches a month. And then I know what you're saying, like those 0 search keywords actually bringing in traffic. Yes, they do. For multiple reasons. If you rank for that keyword, which is usually a kind of very big 5+ words keyword, you're going to rank for all the other variations of that. As you have more and more of those, you're going to generate more traffic and go up in level, like 11, 10. And we're going to target keywords that don't have monthly 10 to 20 searches and keep going until we hit our desired monthly number of keywords. One of the ways we can make sure we are targeting the proper keywords that we can rank or that will bring us traffic is to make sure that we're targeting like very low competitive keywords. The way we can know about it is if we search for all entitled keyword and then divide that number with the search volume. We get all the articles trying to rank for that specific word, which means that they have in their title that specific keyword. So let's have an example. So we have Azure Farm Life, and we're gonna check them out. And one of the keywords we can immediately list of determinate and indeterminate tomatoes. This looks like a good example. I'm going to have all in title. We search for it and we go to tools and we can see that there is only 3 pages that are trying to rank for that. And that keyword had 4,300 volume. And with 4,300, we get 0.00069, so which is well below our 0.25 margin. The logic is any keyword with that ratio will be easily rankable. Between 0.5 and 1 may work depending on the authority, but focus on these. And last, we have everything bigger than 1 will not work. Those are 4 different ways of doing keyword research. I prefer to combine different approaches depending on my client situation, but my usual first is DR match, and then we'll combine with some of these that we have here. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you learned something. If you have any more questions, just please feel free to add them in comments. Thank you.